and welcome back to Off the Beaten Quest. We are happy to have you here. There's many D&D podcasts, but there's only one like this, and we are excited you chose to tune in today. This is session 66 for us, Rough Around the Edges. Last we left off, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Shout outs to Pocketbard. Really love that ambient music. It's the greatest. But last we left off, we had a interesting session. We're getting familiar with the town of Beville, and Verity had quite an eventful evening as she returned to her mother, and talked to her sister, and then subsequently went off into the night to appease her patron's wishes. We will join back with her as she has entered the tavern of the Glistening Grotto. And without further ado, enjoy tonight's episode of Off the Beaten Quest. All right, Verity, you have entered back into the Glistening Grotto Tavern after just seeing Amar walk by in your disguise as you dropped it walking in. You see Olga kind of wiping down the bar counter. The night's kind of dwindling down. A lot of people either they're drunk and passed out at different tables or have already left. So the tavern is kind of quiet, and you have a moment to spend time just really catching up with Olga. How do you enter?
Doing the worm. No.
Yeah. Would you love me if I were a worm?
Verity's just gonna casually walk on up to where Olga is, wherever she at.
Okay. She's at the bar, just like wiping the counter down and stuff. So you approach and you sit at the bar. And she says, "Wow, I didn't expect to see you back here so soon."
Yeah, well, this is my safe haven, it seems.
Well, always happy to have you. You just killing time, or?
This has been a wild day.
Oh, yeah? Well, I can say it's good to have you back around. You know, it's been a couple of weeks since we've seen you around here.
Yeah, what's happened since I've been gone?
Well, I can tell you that, I mean, town just went about mostly its day to day, you know, except for, well, I guess that's really relevant. Well, you know that agreement we have with Draclavor, and, well, the Amar was appointed the Crimson Sovereign of Draclavor. His father passed away the last couple weeks, and they made Amar the head of the Draclavor village, or settlement, I guess you could call it. And they kind of signed a new agreement with Beville and Green Hills Village, called the Tideforge Concord. We really just wanted to reestablish some things, and just make sure that we kept in good graces with all of Draclavor. And Amar's just been in town, and he's just been checking out Beville as the kind of an emissary. Just kind of keep further establishing our relationship with Draclavor, and checking out the resources that we have to offer, all those kinds of things.
Back it. What?
Amar's the Crimson Sovereign of Draclavor now. His father unfortunately passed away, but...
What? Very just like it's very confused. How long has his father been holding that? What is that, a title or something?
I mean, you know them vampires. They could last for quite some time, and his time has come, and it was time to pass down the torch. I guess he had gotten really sick. I didn't think vampires could do that, but you learn something new every day.
Well, he didn't say nothing about that.
Well, I guess he might still be dealing with the death of his father and kind of reeling from that, so he's not trying to, like, make a whole thing about it, He's always been a kind of a humble one of them folks, so.
Humble's not the word I would use for that man, but okay, I trust your judgment, maybe, possibly. I don't know.
Well, I didn't know if you could pick up on it when you saw him earlier. You guys used to be close, so I thought, you might have noticed he was going through something, but,
I just thought he was a drunk loves a puppy.
I mean, hey, even vampires got feelings,
The face Justin is making at me right now.
I told you it'd be funny. Maybe funny for me. And you see on Olga's face that she kind of notices that there's kind of something off about you. She kind of looks confused. She goes, "Are you doing all right? You okay?"
I mean, yeah.
You seem a little tense.
I mean, that depends. Depends on the eyes of the beholder, Olga. You should know that you wise woman.
I mean, come on. You can tell me anything. You always been able to tell me stuff. You all right?
I forgot the hearth at the home. That's what it is. Nadine's gonna be so upset. She's gonna be very upset. I need to go and I need to take care of that. And
She's gonna make an insight check on you real quick. That is a 15 plus 6. You can either roll persuasion or deception. You don't have to tell me which number or which you're choosing it to be. You just gotta tell me the number.
Math. That's not going 14.
Oh.
And she says, "Oh, hold on a minute. Now, come on. You can't leave on that note."
I can. And I will. And she continues to turn around and get out of her seat.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Olga!
Opportunity attack.
Olga! Oh my Constitution, my. Well, 15.
15. Okay.
Oh.
So, with a 15.
Oh my God. This just turned
Olga!
into something else.
The sheer look of panic on your face.
Yeah.
So you feel as if you froze in place as you're trying to walk out of this tavern. You feel something creeping up the back of your spine as the voices get louder. You feel that the air grows cold around you, even though the hearth is warm. Give me another Constitution saving throw for me, please.
Okay. Oh, thank God. Okay, 21.
21.
21.
21.
Olga, she comes around the bar, and she kind of gets closer to you, kind of seeing that you're kind of stiffening up. And she says, she kind of grabs you by the shoulder, and she says, "Honey, are you all right? You just seem off."
Can I speak, or am I like completely frozen?
You're not able to, like, for some reason it's in your, you've kind of like, it's kind of like one of those things like you've stopped in your tracks and you kind of don't know. It's like when you get you kind of get lost where you're walking around somewhere, you kind of have to stop for a second and you're kind of like getting your bearings. It's kind of like one of those. But of course, like, your body's stiffening up in other, like, you're still able to talk, of course, but you are stiffening up and kind of tensing up.
I don't know what's happening anymore.
With a 22, you hear a drip as, and I'll let you roll for perception for me, please.
That one.
Oh, God damn.
So unbeknownst to you,
Sheesh.
drop of blood has dripped off of one of the daggers attached to your waist.
Fuck.
A drop of blood.
And she notices it and she says, Are you bleeding? Make another constitution saving throw for me, please.
I wasn't gonna bring out this dice early this soon, but my OG.
Hesitating which
You're like pulling out a whole other set.
This is my first ever D&D dice. Okay. She's been going strong for 8 years. Don't let me down, baby girl.
Hope it saves you now.
Ooh, okay. Another Constitution, you said?
Yes.
17.
Okay. That's not horrible.
You said 17?
Yeah.
Okay. You feel your heartbeat growing deeper. You can almost feel it kind of in your chest as you feel this sense of nerves going across your body as she mentions the blood, and you look down very obviously, like you see that there's like kind of like a spilt piece of blood next to your boot. And I would need you to make one final Constitution saving throw. And I'm going to let you know now that the DC is going to be extremely high.
Well, that's a dirty 20.
A dirty 20.
That's a dirty 20.
You reach for your dagger under your coat. You kind of move your hand down to your waist.
How far away is the door from me?
You're at the bar, so this is probably about 10, maybe even 30 feet away, if not maybe 40. You're kind of like into the place.
I attempt to Misty Step out of the tavern.
You attempt to use one of the charges of your ring,
Yeah.
and nothing happens.
Mother. Patron, don't bless me. Okay.
I will allow you to make one more Constitution saving throw.
Gee, thanks. I really appreciate it, DM.
Throwing you a bone on this one.
Please don't kill your friend.
She's sassy in and out of game, turns out.
I told you last session I'm a badass bitch. Son of... Well, that one's a 19.
Okay. So as your hand kind of grips the dagger at your waist and you're kind of feeling your hand kind of tightly gripping this handle, in a very swift motion, now this is a very split second, like you hear it like this faintest, just like a whisper kind of like flitters past your ear, and you see Olga kind of stop, and she turns her head looking in the opposite direction, kind of looking back towards the kitchen of the bar. And you feel all of a sudden a hand grab your wrist. And you look up and you see Amar standing in front of you. Now, he is going to make a strength check, and you are going to contest this.
The one time I have a +0 and I roll a freaking 19.
Wow.
19. So this is going to be... So what's your dexterity? Is it a plus?
+3.
Yes, it's a +4.
Oh, thank goodness. I wanted to fail that.
So he kind of like grabs the wrist, and you see him kind of make this like eye contact with you of like certainty, of like very much so, of like, you know, kind of like that nonverbal of like, you know, trying to saying don't kind of nonverbally. You are going to make another Constitution saving throw. As the voices get louder and louder.
Oh no.
11. They keep
11.
getting lower.
Yeah.
You see that he signs with his hands to stop. He uses sign language.
Hi.
and you feel like your wrist is pushing against his hand. You're very much trying to move your hand up, and you hear this like almost like a breeze of wind past your ear again, and this like thing, and like Olga kind of is looking back and is like starting to take a step or two towards the kitchen, like she's hearing something, and you're going to make another Constitution saving throw.
Jesus.
Dude, one of these has to be good. You've rolled like 7 of them.
You mean like a wait? Is that cocked? Please tell me that's cocked. Is it?
She's like meant to kill everybody.
Fucking hell. That would be a 6.
A 6.
Yikes, man.
I rolled a 2.
You are going to make another strength check for me, please.
Wait a minute, I want to fail this.
This will be contested.
I want to fail this. So where's my worst dice?
It's like you try to fail it, but you actually roll a nat 20.
Heyo, thank you. Finally, a 5.
Woo!
5. So he rolled an 18.
Thank God. My heart rate is up.
And you are pushing, and you feel the sense that you feel your other hand moving towards your hip. Because he's only grabbed one so far. And he quickly, with like this quick, like grabs your other hand. And it's almost like he's kind of like looking at you, kind of grabbing both of your wrists, like looking at you to like stop. You see the red, like the red irises of his eyes, like just like staring into you, like so deeply. And he casts message again, and Olga at this point is like walking away towards the kitchen as if she's hearing somebody calling for her. And he's trying to snap you out of it, kind of like just looking at your eyes, and he's like mouthing like, "Don't stop. Tell it to stop." And
Verity's gonna look at him and just say, "Help me."
You are going to make one final. This is the final one. Constitution saving throw.
I'm like so nervous. Okay. G, help me. +4.
Wait, oh. 22.
22.
22.
Why did I talk into your microphone? I have
So at this moment, you have this sense of kind of calming silence as you feel your hand, the grips of both of your hands loosen as you are able to move once more. And you've regained your sense of control of your body.
Immediately collapses on the ground.
And so Amar will try to he'll like kind of catch you as you kind of fall. And he says, "Oh, wow, careful now. Are you all right?"
Obviously not. I would like to get out of here.
Olga turns back to the two of you and says, "Oh my, Amar, I guess welcome to the tavern. I didn't hear you come in." And you see kind of Olga makes this like face at you as you kind of like look over, and she's like kind of almost like talk to him kind of like non-verbally. It's like one of those like, and then she kind of like all right, I'll leave y'all to it, and she walks back over to the bar.
Mentally, why does she keep abandoning me with him?
Because she sees you in his he's kind of still holding you up off the ground.
Immediately realizing it is tries to scramble out of his arms.
And he says, "Are you okay?" I'm glad that you've regained your senses.
Nope. immediately walks out.
You leave. Okay.
She said no drama, not even for the plot.
As you are turning to leave the tavern, he says, kind of with a little bit of a sharpness, he says, "It'd be nice if you got over our fight sometime. I do miss our chats, even if it is just in a friend's way. But I'll leave you to it." And he kind of turns away and he kind of like goes to sit at the bar. Do you stop or do you continue leaving?
Verity stops in her just one of her eyes just twitches a little bit, like, I hate these fucking rats. And just very slowly, just like on one heel turns and like defeated, almost walks back to the bar.
Okay. So, do you walk back to the bar and sit down?
Begrudgingly, yes. And she makes a big plop in her chair.
Okay. You see this like smirk on Olga's face as she kind of sets down like two like tankards. They could have ale or water in them, just whatever you choose, I suppose.
Verity gives her just the like, I hate you smile, but I love you at the same time.
And she kind of just like nods and kind of like with a smirk and walks away. I honestly didn't think that would work. You're usually the more sharper one than me with the words, I suppose. But
Is that supposed to be a compliment? Because it feels like an insult a little bit.
well, I never shied away from strong women. There's a lot of. I was raised by one, nonetheless. So, I try not to press my luck when I can. Help it, at least.
Verity just like shakes her head and just no, like in a no motion, but just like why? She doesn't say that out loud, but like,
Yeah.
So I heard you got a promotion.
Well, I guess you could say that, yeah. When somebody dies in your family and you're kind of left to be the one in charge,
I thought y'all were already dead, technically.
Yeah. Sometimes being a vampire has its way of catching up with you. At least, eventually. But I guess not all of us are immune to the inevitable fate of time.
Jeez, this is hard.
Yeah, I would think so. We didn't leave things on the best of terms, and I thought that by apologizing that I could potentially fix our friendship, but I know you're going and you're dealing with a lot. So I tried to say my piece and just leave you to it. Felt that usually is the best way to handle things.
Brain is like short-circuiting. Player and character are short-circuiting.
you.
You can do it.
I just love that you stayed for the plot and you're like, I don't want to though.
I did tell you this was going to be a bit of a challenge.
It is. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I can't think in this tavern. Can we just go for a walk? Just
Sure. And he leaves like a couple of gold pieces on the bar as he kind of follows you out of the bar. And you leave and you exit into the night streets as you walk through the streets of Beville in the evening.
crap, I keep forgetting about the hearth. Verity says that out loud.
Technically, it's still on. It's just you needed to, like, turn it to a certain point so that it would stay lit for the rest of the night. But
I know.
uh,
Verity is very forgetful too, just like her player.
So, yeah, I'm glad you're back in town. You've only been gone a couple weeks, but I feel like you've missed so much. I don't know where to start.
I mean, we could just all just hold it all in, and and wait, until I get back again, which could be in like, I don't know, never.
How's that doing for you so far?
Horrible, but we're still fighting it, You know how stubborn I am.
Yeah. And as we just clearly saw, that sometimes you need a little bit of help.
I got help. I found an amazing group of people.
I saw.
Yeah, I mean,
They seem charming.
why do you say it like that?
Well, usually when somebody mocks you behind your back, it's not necessarily the best way to cordially say hello to someone, but
Wait, they were mocking me or they were mocking you?
me, these ears are, the size of these ears aren't just for show. I can hear pretty well.
Fucking Allie's expression.
Jeez.
Well, I mean, mockery can be a type of flattery too.
I suppose. You would know that pretty well, wouldn't you?
Wow. Okay then, Mr. Unmanly.
I mean that in the sense that you typically you've poked fun at me quite a time or two.
Oh, the hemorrhoid thing? Yeah.
Oh,
I guess if you could call that poking fun.
I mean,
I could always say that you walk around with a rain cloud following you everywhere, since you always seem to be catched in the shadow. But,
yeah, but that's different.
I mean, it hurts all the same, doesn't it?
No, because mine's like, it's figurative, but at the same time, it's an actual thing. I don't think you have hemorrhoids.
I mean, you sure tried to convince your friends that I did.
I told them it was a lie. I wasn't like,
I mean, people will choose what they want to believe, I guess. That's on them.
all right.
Are you all right? You seem a bit, I guess flustered could be a word for it.
Me, no. Flustered, no. No, I'm not flustered. And she's like, instinctually, I think she's gonna like mess with her mother's ring.
Okay. Are you going to try to use it? Is that what you mean? Or you're just like kind of
Would
like
you-
twitching
I
with
mean,
it?
I'm twitching with it.
Well, yeah, so like a fidgeting with it, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because like it doesn't like quite fit right.
Mm-hmm. So it's a little loose on your finger,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Okay. And he he kind of smiles and says, "Well, I'll be in town for a little while. I don't know how long you're here, but I'm getting kind of reacquainted with Beville. It's I've only spent my time here, not officially, I should say, more for. Well, now that I'm in the role that I'm in, I have to take things seriously. So
Yeah.
I guess, and he kind of looks at you with a smirk. He says, "I guess no more fooling around
No, you
when it comes to visiting Beville."
No, that must mean you got to find yourself a good vampire wife and all too. So,
Well, and he says this in. So you speak Infernal, right? Just as a clarification.
let me double check.
You're a tiefling. You probably should.
Yeah.
Well, the 2024 rules changed, so you have to like.
It's on your sheet.
Select.
It's on your sheet, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, you fixed that.
Yeah, it now says infernal.
Yeah. He says Infernal. I like my partners with a little bit more of a hot-blooded.
Got him.
Welp.
In that case, there were a bunch of like lovely people in that tavern earlier. I'm sure any one of them would like to date a cold-blooded person like you.
Well, in my experience, I feel like your kind can be just as cold-blooded, but you've given me the cold shoulder a time or two, so,
When you when you deserve it, she says under her breath.
Let me see. His passive perception is a 20, so he definitely heard you say that.
Jesus, mother of...
And he says, I won't deny that. And yes, I did make a character sheet.
That's what terrifies me. Not me going through my spells.
And before you've noticed it, because you guys have been walking and talking for a few moments, you realize that you're standing in front of your house, and he's walked you home.
Well, good night.
And he smiles and he says, "Good night." And he kind of like walks off.
Like, and right as she gets to the door, she turns around, like, just kind of looking over her shoulders and says, I'm technically here another night or two.
And he stops and he kind of looks back. And, oh, yeah?
Just saying. And then walks through the door.
And he kind of like smirks and he kind of like nods as he kind of keeps walking.
And then, like, when she closes the door behind her, she, like, sumps against it a little bit and just, like, bangs the back of her head against the door.
On purpose this time.
On purpose this time.
All right. So,
Ooh, okay.
in your, you now back in your house,
Mm-hmm.
you,
How's that hearth looking?
it's back to some embers, so it's still salvageable.
I'm gonna fix it so Nadine doesn't yell at me in the morning.
Okay. Give me a performance check.
A performance? Alrighty. That's not a D20. That's a nat 20
There it is.
Oh, wow.
for the hearth.
Yeah.
Where were those earlier?
Literally.
You know this hearth well, so you're able to kind of like get it started right back to where it's supposed to be.
Have I been saying it wrong? How do you say
Hearth.
it? Hearth. I've been saying hearth.
Hey, potato.
I don't know what that is.
A hearth is it's similar to
fireplace.
like a fireplace, but it's a little bit more used for like cooking as well as heating a home. It
It's
kind
a
of has
medieval
multi-purpose.
fireplace.
Like
Yeah.
the stove.
Yeah,
No, you
Pilgrim.
you can Google it.
Google it.
If I could spell it, yes, I would love to do that. Leave me to my devices.
So you reignite the hearth, and you kind of get it. I almost said it the way you did. You get it to where it needs to be for the evening, as you've done many nights before. And what do? Do you turn in? Do you stay up for a little bit more?
I clean the blood off of my blade, then I go to bed.
Nice.
Like a smart person.
Okay. You clean the blood off, and then you head away to lay your head down in a bed that is, for the first time in a little while, familiar to you. All right. So, through the night, you all sleep well, and you wake, and the group wakes up and heads to breakfast, I would think. And what do you choose to do as you guys wake up in this morning?
I would like, because during all of that, my technology had a blue screen attack. So I'm going to take that as a sign that Ira should take a point of exhaustion for her unnatural or not normal, abnormal amount of alcohol intake for the night before.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it
Yeah.
was because of your shaboinking with Jax.
God bless.
I mean, that too, but I would think that because
Excuse me, what was
Jack-
the word that you fucking used?
Shaboinking. Then Jax should take a point of exhaustion as well.
no, because Jack sits and drink. So Ira doesn't like ever drinks. The fact that she did and she had multiple.
Oh, yeah.
So is that okay if I give her a point of exhaustion?
Yes, Dawn will also take a point of exhaustion. What? You were schmammered. Let's be real.
Yep.
So?
And then I would also like to know if the party is going to see Amar again before we leave.
That's
Up to us.
To be
I
seen?
guess.
that's to be seen.
Okay.
The day has just begun.
Okay.
Eliana's gonna have to hold a fucking AA meeting soon.
So you all wake up, and what do you do as you are awoken by the coastal sunrise? The morning isn't as warm or humid as you guys have been used to in other climates so far.
Ira is cussing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're swearing due to, I would assume, very much a onset
Hangover.
headache,
Yes.
a hangover moment.
I am feeding my baby Stella some berries.
Okay.
Berries and cream. Berries and cream.
Dawn, Lukiel.
What do you think Dawn is looking for?
So you've woken up in your room of the inn, and you're looking for a bit of hair to the dog. I should say.
Best
She's
way to
looking
beat a
for-
hangover is to
she's-
never stop drinking.
She's looking for a little beer. She's looking for a
Guys.
little bacon.
We got a regular Jack Sparrow on our hands.
Ira just wants coffee.
Lukiel, what about you?
I'm making my bed.
So Lukiel's making his bed in the inn.
Yeah. Like a cordial, fucking normal ass.
Okay.
Well, I guess maybe. I don't know who would normally make their bed if they're staying at an inn or a hotel, or if they're just like, oh, they'll get it.
Sometimes people would just leave it, but you're respectful,
know.
so there's nothing wrong with that.
Have you gotten used to your wings, or used to like hitting them on stuff and
no.
getting caught on
No, I
everything
have
and
not
like
at all gotten used to my
cussing at
wings.
yourself?
Yeah.
Like every time he pulls a corner, like his wing like takes another corner off the bed.
Gathering his spatial awareness. I think that'd be funny. That's
Yeah.
good. So you make your bed, and do you make your way to meet with the rest of the group downstairs?
I gotta get dressed first.
Of course. I would assume that was part of the you're getting up, making your bed.
No, I made my bed completely nude. No, yeah, it was. Where is my room in relation to everybody else?
Yours is away from
Oh,
everyone.
yeah, I was
you had
like, you
chosen
sure?
to
Yeah,
keep
he-
your
Could-
room
could be
far away.
it.
Because of the noise, yeah.
I believe Dawn and Eliana chose to not be
Indoors.
farther away.
I
guess.
chose to be next to Dawn in case she needed medical attention, and then you
Oh,
wanted
that's
to be right
fine.
next to Ira and Jax.
Yeah, you did.
So
You
I'm
wanted
assuming
to,
it's Ira and Jax, and then Dawn, and then Eliana.
Yeah.
Lukiel's on the complete opposite floor on the other end of the building.
So he's on the other end of the floor, yeah. So Ira and Jax, what are you heading downstairs to find coffee? Is that the
coffee.
Yeah, they need some Gatorade.
food. I don't think
Man,
Jack's really
does
drank.
that exist here?
We can invent it, guys.
Coffee, food for she wants as many baked goods and pastries because she heard a rumor once that bread is good for a hangover.
Okay.
Is that true?
In her brain, it absorbs it, so it'll go away faster. Is
Fair
it
enough.
actually how it works? Probably not.
I think you have to do
But-
it the night before.
Yeah, it's like to
She
suck up the
doesn't
alcohol.
drink.
She doesn't
So
know
she
that.
doesn't know
so
that.
she's like, yes,
She
bread.
thinks it's a retroactive thing.
Um,
Do we go to is there food downstairs or do we need to go back to?
I knock on Dawn's door to make sure she's okay.
You hear a big thud happen as I roll out of bed.
Okay.
Do I hear the thud from down the hall?
I mean, given the size circumstances, I would think so, yeah.
Okay.
Hey, are you okay in there, Dawn?
It's like a knock on the door. Like,
Would you like some tea? Take that as a no. Do you want some coffee? I'll bring you some coffee.
so Dawn is staying in her room at this point.
She's gonna make her way out. Well, give it like a. She knows that the party is
Okay.
getting food, so Dawn slowly gets up and gets
Eliana
out.
turns to go get coffee for Dawn, and you see Jax and Ira kind of making their way into the lobby, as well as Lukio kind of coming from another staircase that's kind of leading to the rest of the.
Oh my gosh! You know what I just thought of? I thought of if Lukio was walking down the hall as Dawn thudded on the. You say you fell onto the ground out of the bed.
Yeah, she just rolled out
I
of
feel
bed.
like I would have been beelining down to the lobby area through the hall, and I would have just passed her room as that happened.
Okay.
Do you jump and flutter like a bird?
your,
With your feathers?
your feathers get ruffled.
Yeah, she's huge. She's
Um,
big, 8 feet tall.
So the inn typically has this kind of small breakfast area where there's nothing. They do have a lot of fresh food, seafood and type of stuff for lunches and dinners and stuff. Their breakfast stuff is pretty much a little bit more of just lighter stuff. There will be coffee, some fresh I would think some muffins or something that they put out.
Bloody Marys.
But it's nothing extraneous as far as that's concerned. They
It's sufficient.
So do you eventually join the rest of everyone?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so Dawn
I come shortly after them.
slunks their way down the stairs and joins everyone in the lobby. And so the 5 of you, have reunited in the lobby of the inn.
You see Ira uncharacteristically. She's slumped on a comfy chair. Just her holding her eyes closed.
Good morning.
No.
Okay.
She said no.
She's not feeling the
Today
greatest.
is not the day, and I am not the one.
The one. Okay. You're not. Yeah. Okay. It's not the Champions Day.
No. No.
And Jax says every champion's entitled to their day off, I guess.
Oh man, I want to make so many jokes.
Do it.
Catch me checking my herbalist's primer book for hangovers, but it's not listed in here, so I don't know what herbs would treat hangovers.
Ira definitely wouldn't know. Where's Verity?
Verity's not there. She's at her house.
That's Ira asking everyone.
Oh,
where Verity
sorry.
is.
My
Oh,
mistake.
she went home.
Oh,
Did you
I
forget?
suppose that's fair.
did you forget
I guess it was a long night.
Boyfriend of hers.
the vampire?
With the hemorrhoids?
I don't think she likes him.
I got a different vibe.
Ooh.
Is Lukio? Am I there with everybody?
Yeah.
In this?
Yeah.
Lukio says, he goes, yeah, I mean, I kind of know, I don't know. I feel
It was that weird thing,
there's
right?
some either history or some sort of chemistry there.
Above table, you said that it was your ex, right?
I did.
They
Mm.
dated in the past, so I mean that might be why there's tension there.
Could be unresolved.
Gotcha. No definitive closure, maybe.
If she was here, we could ask her, but fucking
She just
probably
had
sleeping in her bed.
had to go
All
home.
comfortable.
Whoa, yeah, okay. She's probably she's probably spending time with her family.
Give me a nature check.
Okay.
'Cause I have an answer for you, but I'm going to make you roll for it.
I'm fucking trying to find my dice. That's not a percentile dice.
You said a what check?
Nature.
21.
21.
So you using your
No, 22. No, 21. Sorry.
your your knowledge of nature and the things that you've kind of picked up as far as like books and the knowledge that you've kind of learned through different places, you learned that the herbs to cure hangovers are ginger, turmeric, chamomile, fennel, honey, peppermint, rosemary, parsley, and kudzu. I don't know what that is.
Hell yeah, I'm gonna order some ginger tea and some rosemary tea and like leave it for people to drink.
Are you gonna tell us why?
Yeah. I'm gonna.
Okay.
So these,
I'm just gonna leave it
Like
there,
setting it
and
down.
hopefully somebody realizes.
I'm gonna leave like little like pictures, I guess, if they're like available for people.
So I know you guys had a rough night last night.
Well, I wouldn't call it a rough night.
I'd call it a rough night. I had like 6 built up. That's the one that came out.
Lukio goes, all right, you guys.
It's natural. It's nothing to be ashamed of. You can probably have a good night.
Okay, Eliana, we don't need to.
It's like one of those like Dawn's like, yeah, like shoves Ira and she's like, ugh.
Yeah,
But,
Dawn is like extremely broing out over it, like the same way like frat guys would, just like congratulating her. Like I don't give 2 shits about Jax. Like she's like, good job, babe.
I'd like to think like Eliana sets like the teas down and kind of like slowly slides it in front of them across the table.
These. I know you guys probably have some headaches today, so here, this might help a little bit. This
Which one will
one's
help
ginger, and this one's rosemary.
Which one will help more?
Probably the ginger.
She grabs the ginger and just fucking throws it back. Do I burn myself?
Oh God.
Did you make a hot tea or an iced tea?
Hot.
Ooh,
You said pitchers, so I didn't know.
iced tea.
So make
It's
a
fall.
Constitution saving throw, I think.
Natural 1.
Oh
So-
no.
You
Your tongue falls out.
you will take 2 points of damage
That is
as
fine.
far as you've burned your tongue a little bit, and there's like that like feeling on your tongue.
The
Tongue
what?
just feels raw.
Like when your
Okay.
like tongue is raw, like
No,
after
do it
you eat,
again.
like Hot's pizza.
Yeah, and what does it feel like?
We're gonna only have that one soundbite, guys.
You're gonna need those 2 points in combat.
Yeah, it's just-
Good thing I can heal myself if I want to.
So I would think that you guys grab some food from the it's like kind of light breakfast type stuff, and it probably wouldn't suffice like most people's hunger, so you guys would probably be looking for more, kind of like heading towards like a tavern or something in the restaurant in the town. But do you hang around? Do you leave?
Do we
Have a
want to
conversation?
stop and get Verity first before we head out for the day?
We can't.
Wait, we
I
don't
wanna-
know where she lives.
Yeah, I don't know where to find her.
Maybe we
but
can go
I'm
back
here
to
for
the
it.
tavern and see if one of her coworkers knows.
Oh,
Mm.
good
Olga.
idea.
But I do want to see if we can talk to that boyfriend of hers before we leave.
Ooh,
I don't know
what
if
do you
they're
gotta say to
dating.
him?
I have something that might help him with his hemorrhoids. I want to talk to him about that before we leave.
I don't think they're dating.
I don't think he actually has
still wanna
hemorrhoids.
help.
Okay.
It could be helpful. I know someone that could help him.
Okay.
So
You know someone?
I do.
Who do you know?
You'll find out if we get to see Amar again.
Speaking of,
Okay.
where did you get that recipe book from?
We got it from a store.
It's the alchemy book, I believe.
Back
That's what
at
she's
the place.
referring to. It was at
What kind of store was it?
it was in an
where
apothecary
we got- yeah.
in
Oh, the one that we gave you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I had one. See, she's gone. Yeah, it was in Bountifolio before we left.
yes.
The apothecary.
The apothecary.
Yeah.
The shop lady wrote it.
Oh, I wish I would have gone.
Why?
You were doing something way more important, like
I guess.
making sure Stella was okay to travel.
I guess, but also it's like I kind of wanted to get some herbs, you know. I've been really looking for like some adder's tongue. It's a really good cure-all for like
Can't-
bleeding,
Can't you?
and we do that a lot.
I know we don't really walk places, but like, can't you forage? Isn't that what herbs are for?
Jack says, "Isn't there like a forest nearby? I'm sure they have herbs here."
I would love
Aren't
to
we-
forage at some point.
Aren't we also in a town?
No, I meant they probably sell them. You don't have to like go all the way to the forest.
Well,
Unless you don't want
Last
to pay
time
for
you
them.
and Dawn went up to the forest alone, we had a whole thing. I'm not.
well, I mean, I kind of handled myself, but
Yeah.
Dawn
you know.
didn't.
that's okay.
Shut up.
Hey. No.
Yeah, I wanted to fuck.
Yeah? Stroke.
Eliana doesn't swear.
It's not canon.
It's not canon. Yeah, I kind of wanted to forage in Bountifolia because it seemed really like there was a lot of nature going on there. I was like wondering what I could find, but we were kind of crunched for time. We had to get on the ship, so
Wah, wah.
Well, you could have said something.
it's okay.
Do
I
you
was
want to
at the
forage?
vet.
Do you want to forage now?
Maybe.
Walk around? Go to an apothecary somewhere?
We can go back to the tavern and ask people where they are. Maybe they have
Okay.
maps at the tavern.
A map?
Okay.
Like a welcome committee.
Oh!
Are you big on maps?
No, but my friend is, so I want to kind of collect them from different
Okay.
places and give them to her. I think she would lose her mind if I just handed her a stack of maps from places that she's never been.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds fun. Okay.
They probably don't have any maps. Nowhere makes maps, apparently. It's not a thing anymore.
I mean, I would think cartographers make maps, but you know, no one's really sought out one of those yet. So
Yeah.
you know,
You know, Jax, you could.
Damn.
well, everybody's got their own specialty. So I think you know that's probably the way to.
He just bonked himself on the head with his microphone.
So you guys head out of the inn,
To the tavern.
correct? You guys are all leaving the.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I thought we were walking and talking.
As you leave the inn,
Yeah.
As you exit the inn.
the inn is closer to the harbor, if I'm not mistaken, in Beville.
Oh.
And as you are walking out of the inn,
Yeah, Verity.
there are patrolling guards, kind of like more so in the streets than you guys had noticed the previous night. And you notice that some of them are all, like there's a good group of them kind of like rushing off to the harbor as well.
Mm.
You guys think that they have more security during the day?
They seem to be kind of in a rush. Dawn like looks around as she's saying it, like people's, moving past her.
And one of the guards kind of overhears you guys talking about it, and says, somebody was attacked in the middle of the night. You best watch your step as you're around here. You know, there's seems to be a killer on the loose.
What? Who was attacked?
One of the crew members of the ship that docked here last night was attacked in his sleep
Last
and was
night?
found dead this morning.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Do you have any information that we could... Sorry, we arrived on the ship and we're leaving here on the same ship in a couple of days, so...
Well, that's
Is there anything we can do to help?
I mean, that's some of our the guards' business. We don't divulge that to civilians, but
Ira pulls out her adventurance.
Is
Is there anything we can do to help?
I'm sorry, but yeah, there was
Power play.
he was stabbed directly in the center of his chest in the middle of the night. Nobody heard the culprit entering or exiting the ship, so they're still investigating, looking for clues.
Which ship was it?
The one that we came in on, dear.
Okay, well, nobody had said that. Okay.
He said it was the ship that docked last night, which is the one you guys
So ours.
came in.
Oh, well, he said the.
You
okay,
really
well, no,
gotta stop drinking so early.
nobody responded. Like, no one freaked out. I assume that we all should have been like,
Well, I said,
our ship?
Yeah, I said, oh my goodness.
So, there's absolutely no evidence at all?
There is none. It seemed to be a quick, swift blow, and there was no.
Fucking Sarah.
We've even used Speak with the Dead and try to revivify from some of our mages in the guard. But there was no. Seemed to be a bit of to unavail. There was no possible way that he could have been brought back or communicated with. So there's no other clues that we could find from his personage.
Would it be possible for me to view the scene?
I can ask around. I don't guarantee that, even as adventurers, that's kind of more Beville jurisdiction. We don't...
If you don't mind just asking, I would appreciate it.
Yes.
The answer is no, that's fine. I would just...
I'll be sure to pass that along and You can check back at the dock later on. They should have an answer for you.
And then just as like DM, remind me, the exhaustion gives me disadvantage on pretty much everything.
It's different in this. It's like a negative.
It's like a -1 or something like that, depending on the
it's a
level
negative
of exhaustion.
The -2 sounds familiar.
Yeah, I would say because
I
I
think
got
it's -2 for all skill checks.
Okay, so
Okay,
-2
okay.
to all skill checks.
I think it's all checks.
Is it all checks? I can't remember.
I need to look this up.
I should know this. I had an exhaustion. At the
Yeah, I think it's
beginning.
all checks because I
Yeah,
think
we're
I
still
had-
getting used to the new player's handbook.
Yeah.
so.
I just want to make sure that if I have to do any checks later, I do it correctly.
Conditions. Just go to conditions.
You know what? That'd be smart. You're smart for that.
It doesn't say in conditions. That's why I'm asking
Well-
the question.
Oh.
The new exhaustion rule, it says functions the same as the 2014 version. It's condition that's broken out of 6 cumulative levels, with 6 being the death, the 1 being level of exhaustion with the condition removed only when you reach level 0. However, when you make a D20 test, the roll is reduced by 2 times your exhaustion level.
Okay.
For example, if your character has 3 levels of
got it.
exhaustion, it's -6. Yeah.
Cool.
And your speed is reduced by a number of feet equal to 5 times your exhaustion level, so you move 5 feet less.
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
Yeah. So and he kind of like nods and he kind of heads off, kind of towards the kind of patrolling with the other guard that he was with, kind of heading off, like kind of almost in the direction of the docks, just kind of making their rounds. It looks like
Should I wait?
he told you to check back at the docks later.
Okay.
To see if there was any kind of word as far as.
Guys, do you think this has to do with you know who?
Who?
My goddess, my not goddess, because you know the whole weren't able to bring them back from the dead. That whole thing.
I mean,
Let's
that's
not-
a thought.
Let's not jump too quickly to conclusions. I mean, there's still a lot more to.
I mean, it was our ship, and we are.
But let's not jump. Let's not force Eliana off that cliff of conclusions.
Yeah.
Yeah? We can jump to them, but let's not jump off of them. Yeah?
Oh, who's jumping off of them? I'm just saying. That's a thought. Let's continue to think about it for a few minutes.
Sometimes murders just happen. Yeah?
Yeah, they do.
Feels very coincidental, though, that it was our ship.
Our ship.
Our ship.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to
Verity
the
wakes up in her home. The group heads off towards the tavern, the Glistening Grotto. Verity wakes up. How do you go about your morning as you wake in your bed?
Question.
Okay.
Did I technically use 1 or 2 of my charges last night?
You only used 1. It didn't work
Cool.
for the other 2.
Excellent. I just wanted to verify. Verity wakes up. Is Nadine still sleeping, or
Her
she
bed
up?
is empty.
Like her being all studious and going to work on time. I'm proud of her. I'm gonna get up and get changed.
Okay.
If there's not already breakfast made, make it.
So you head out of your room and you see that there is some porridge on the table. With like there's no like note or anything like that. There's just, it's kind of left on has like a bit of like almost like a ceramic cover over the top of the bowl, just to kind of try to keep some of the heat in, depending on when you would have woken.
Okay. Gonna go. I see that. Think cool. Go check on Mom.
Okay. You see that there is like a similar porridge kind of bowl set beside your mother's, like kind of on the bedside next to your mother. She's still kind of sort of like asleep. There's very much like, it's like the same, like with the towel over her forehead, and it looks like it's if it's been like a new like cold towel has kind of been put on there, and she's kind of breathing a little heavy. She's kind of like in this like sickly kind of state with her like eyes kind of like, you know.
I don't want to wake her. Verity just kind of walks over and just like gently like squeezes her hand.
And she rustles a little bit and kind of response. She seems a little bit more of kind of like when somebody has like a very like high grade fever. She's kind of like almost like one of those like sleeps. She's kind of like aware, but she's not like fully asleep. But kind of can't really like open her eyes. So there's just a lot of.
Yeah, Verity will do the normal, like, check and make sure everything's good with her before.
What does that look like?
Definitely like check the rag, which I guess it's a fresh one from Nadine.
Mm-hmm.
Making sure she has water next to her. Probably just like upkeep too, watering the plants and the windowsill.
Okay.
Checking the bed, make sure that's all good for her. Make sure she has enough blankets
Okay.
before heading out.
All right. Where do you go as you leave your home?
Well, Verity's gonna go to the inn because that's where she thinks they would be.
Oh no.
Womp womp.
So you head off into town, into heading towards the inn. Your paths do cross, considering the kind of layout of the town. Heading towards the inn, if they're heading towards the tavern, which is kind of the tavern is like way on the opposite side of the village. Your house is here in the center, almost like kind of not center, but kind of like towards the coastline in the midst, and then the inn is towards the harbor, and they would need to go past your house to go to the tavern. They didn't know this at the time, or like where all the like residential homes were and stuff like that. That's kind of like a condensed area. And as you leave the residential homes, you see and head down towards the inn. I would think would cross paths at this point, given the time frame that you didn't spend too much time in your house. You kind of did some small like chore things. They had their own little like things to eat and conversation. So you got your timelines would have kind of crossed pretty well. So
Morning.
you see them walking towards you.
Someone was murdered.
Verity.
Hold.
Good morning.
Wow. Okay. Well,
Hi, Doc.
Nice segue.
Guess we're gonna lead with that.
Hold on, one more. Someone was murdered?
On the boat that we came in on?
Yeah.
There was a murder.
Thanks,
know.
Dawn.
Murder. But not somebody we
not
wanted.
not a good kind of murder.
Not
bad kind of murder.
We don't know who it is yet, though.
hand. Give me your hand. Calm
Murder.
down. It's okay.
Murder. Murder.
Dawn, we don't have to
you
kill
had beer?
everyone.
Has she had beer today? And she looks at Ira while still holding hands with Dawn.
Did she get her hands on
No.
alcohol?
No.
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 Okay.
So no,
like
she
murder.
hasn't.
What's wrong with that?
I've been trying to give her tea so she can calm her hangover.
Am I feeling better after the burning my tongue?
I think you use one of your paladin spells. If I know Ira by any means, you would have been like doing like healing hands to your mouth like real
Well, no,
quick.
like it's like the hangover.
Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Subtract 2.
But you subtract 2.
9.
Nice.
9.
Yeah.
I heard none.
So did I. You're still feeling it, but it's wearing off a little bit. But you're still kind of.
I took it in a to-go container just in case
Yeah.
for them.
It's slow going.
You put it in your like water skin, and it's just like hot against your leg right
But
now.
yeah,
like in your
someone-
pouch.
Died, and I asked, and then she like puts her hand behind her adventure thing, like she's like a cool kid, to see the crime scene, and they're gonna let me know.
Okay.
Hopefully, we can solve that. While we're
Verity
here.
lets go of Dawn's hands because she realizes they're still holding hands.
Nah.
I didn't specify that we let go.
Dawn liked it. She likes physical touch.
There
Damn.
it is. I said, there it is. That's all I said.
Okay. Well, that's good news that they'll let you know.
Does she look nervous?
Yeah. Actually, I wouldn't care.
That would be an insight check. And then you can roll for performance or deception, Verity, whichever.
I don't know. No, don't even bother. Don't even
okay.
bother. Don't even bother.
That's
That's a 3 with the -2. That's a 3 plus a. What is it?
Insight.
That's a 7. I don't know shit.
I'm gonna still have you roll because you could
Yeah,
also
no,
roll
my-
a natural one.
I rolled. Wait, how much did you say?
7 total.
Well, I just rolled an 8, and that's without the modifiers.
Yeah, so
yeah,
you're good.
you're fine.
No, she seems her normal kind of skittish self.
I would usually make an insight check, but I feel like Eliana is too focused on the fact that this might be like Thanatura's doing, so she
Yeah.
has no idea. She like is not thinking about that.
So since we're waiting, can we go see Amar?
I think he's back in Draclavor.
Where's that?
I honestly don't know.
What do you mean? How long were we all together?
Give me a history check.
Yeah, I was about to say.
You've grown up here for 20 some odd years and you have
So?
no idea.
It's clear how the relationship went then. Doesn't even know where he lives.
Never took him home with
14.
the family.
14. You know that Draclavor is off the coast of Beville. It kind of sits kind of in between, like triangularly kind of tangential to Beville, as well as in between Beville and Green Hills Village.
So it's kind of.
She repeats that.
Yes.
Verity repeats that, and uses her hands too to like describe the triangular.
Sorry, I'm gonna retcon in. It's Green Valley.
Valley.
Was what I'm
Okay.
calling. That's what that. It's Beville and Green Valley. I don't know.
Green
I've been calling
Valley.
it Green Hills. That's like a real place.
Mm.
It's Green Valley, and so Draclavor kind of sits in the center amidst that, but kind of making this like triangle of these different things, kind of on the continent of Cliffedge.
Is that like close by? Or is that a hike?
I mean, if we see him at the tavern, that'd be cool too.
Yeah.
I just didn't know.
With that 14, would I know that he normally, like, he's not out in the daytime with my history? Or is
With
that a different
14,
How vampires work in the
I'm gonna add a little bit of lore for Verity here for a second with
Thank
that
you.
14.
I appreciate it.
And you can fill in gaps as you choose. I would think in yours and Amar's history that I don't know how much you would have spent during the daytime together, given what vampires are typically known for. So you can obviously again fill in your own lore here if you've spent time with him in the daytime or like inside of places or not.
This ain't BG3. Yeah, no, what was the question?
I don't remember.
If I spent where Amara is?
No,
Yes.
just,
It was kind of.
not that big of a deal. If we see him at the tavern, then cool. If not, no
I
big deal, it's
mean,
fun.
He got a new role,
Well,
apparently. Got a new.
like bread.
Honestly, I wish it was that. No, apparently he's like this big like emissary, I guess now between
Whoa.
like Beville and Draclavor and Green Valley. It's like all three.
So he's important.
Apparently,
That could be interesting for me to have a conversation with him then. More than
what's
what
up
I was
with
thinking
you and
before.
wanting to have a conversation with this guy?
Well, I have a solution to his hemorrhoid problem, and if he is
doesn't
the
have
head of a relevant state, then it's important for Port of Mar to have positive relations with
Question.
yes.
That's fair. That's
other
fair.
races.
Is there an adventurance place around Beville?
No, but there's like a refuge like place.
Sort of like an outpost, maybe.
There's there's an adventurer's refugee or a refuge we can go to.
Picking back off that 14, there is not an adventurous outpost in Beville, and the Adventurers Refuge Guild Hall has no correlation. Unassociated. Unaffiliated.
Sorry, Ira.
Why?
Well,
I didn't ask.
Well, you pulled out your badge earlier, so I was,
I use it as a power play to get onto the ship.
Gosh. Eliana, are you okay?
She's beatboxing.
Yeah.
Were you drinking last night?
No.
Is this a new skill you've picked up?
And allergy is broken.
Have you been hanging out with Mist?
There she goes.
You don't have to answer this. But we were talking earlier, and I think there's some confusion about you and Amar. Are you guys like, you said he was your ex.
Yeah.
So how were
He didn't feel like your ex.
That's what they're saying.
Verity makes the same face that I'm making, which is just like, mild disgust, I guess.
Just how should we tread on the whole thing if we do bump into him?
Just keep in mind whatever you say is not going to impact my decisions.
I mean, respectful considering his position now.
Okay.
Oh,
that's good.
Okay.
And
So we're taking more of a submissive role to his dominance.
all right.
Okay.
Verity, make a history check really quick.
I don't know nothing.
Just roll it.
Just straight. Or history?
Oh no, a history check. Yeah.
History.
History. 16.
16. You know the Crimson Sovereign to be a very important position. It's essentially equivalent to that of a noble or lord of a settlement, and or like, I guess to equate it to our like knowledge of government, it would be equivalent to like a president of like a settlement or village.
Yeah, so he's the equivalent to like Ira's parents of Port of Mar.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Whoa. Verity repeats all that.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
No, he's like a big
Like
deal now, I guess.
Like a head of state.
Yeah.
Then yes,
Oh.
I should have a conversation with him.
Okay. I guess.
Does he go to the tavern at night usually?
And this is Jax, because with Ira's persistence, he looks at you and says, "Calm down."
I mean, I can try and message him.
Just tell him that another head of state would like to meet with him.
Ooh.
Okay, I'll
Just message
send
him
a
and be like,
message to
"You up?"
Amar.
Oh.
Are you casting a spell?
Slip into his DMs in his head.
I don't
Do you have that spell to do that?
think I do. I have regular message.
Message is only like sending like a whisper
Yeah.
to somebody close by.
120
What?
feet.
What? And this
Yeah.
is Lucio asking
Oh.
Verity. What happened when we left the tavern and you guys were just kind of like hanging out?
Ooh la la.
Cozy wozy.
You guys like catch up or?
I'm gonna have Lucio make a history check for me,
Okay.
please.
Verity and Amar sitting in a tree.
Please don't.
Gladly.
EATING.
My modifier +2.
Yeah.
That's a really good spin.
Thanks. I've been
It's
practicing.
still going.
It's purty.
Oh, should have been better. It's an 8 to
nice.
the DC.
Your recollection is a little hazy, but you remember that when you guys all left the tavern, Amar was not in the tavern.
Yeah, because they went back and met up at the.
They met up
tavern
later, yeah.
after she killed that
Oh,
man.
so I'll
Above table.
Above table, very clearly.
So I'll retcon that.
Okay.
And say,
You can ask what happened between the two of them.
yeah. Or I'm gonna kind of phrase it like, so what happened between the two? Well, I guess first off, did you guys meet back up yesterday at any point, or did you
yeah,
guys?
how do you know that he is the dude now, the guy now?
I went back and after seeing my mother and sister, went back, talked to Olga, see what I missed, and we passed by and had a-
just passed by.
Hey,
That's
you're
it?
out pretty late then.
we passed by. We made very awkward
Yeah, that was late, Dawn. Wasn't it late?
contact, and he might have walked me home.
Oh,
And that's
wow.
That's it.
Really?
That's it. No.
You had a
Jack-
whole
so-
other party.
Jack says, "Oh, is that what they're calling it now?"
Oh! Nothing happened for your information, Jax.
Jax is like,
No
no,
one
I
asked for
ran
your-
a marathon yesterday.
Thou dost protesteth too much.
And I mean, if anything did happen, it's none of our business.
Right.
I have another question for Verity. But keep in mind,
We're just grilling this girl.
I am hungover,
We should.
Okay.
so I'm probably drawing conclusions that I shouldn't be drawing.
Okay.
But if you were out late last night,
Uh-huh.
did you make a pit stop by the boat?
No.
Dice out. Ooh.
And that's a what? Perception?
Inside.
That would be
insight?
insight for sure.
So that's a 16 minus 2 is 14.
Minus?
She's still exhausted.
I rolled a
16
12
minus 2,
for
and
deception.
then- That's an
You don't have to
18.
say that.
18.
Just saying.
It's an 18. It's Gabe being goofy at the door. Silly Kelly.
So, Verity rolled a 12.
I rolled an 18 total.
Do you get a natural 20?
No, I rolled a 16 minus 2, and then my insight's plus 4. So it's 14 plus 4.
So 16 plus 2 is 18, yeah. You could tell that she's being weird, but not, to be quite honest, it's not anything abnormal to be alarming. You did succeed on the insight check, but you're trying to pick up on her vibe, and her vibe it
Dodgy.
tracks with her normal dodginess, I should say, with everything with that you've already kind of experienced before.
Well, like I said, hungover.
I mean, would you like to go?
I kind of want more food. If I'm being honest, I kind of want more food. More than anything else.
All right, we can go back to the tavern if you'd like.
He's going in on that door. I don't
Gabe
even
is
know.
so cute in the corner.
He's like really going in.
Gabe the cat
No
is
baby.
being cute up against a door.
Yes.
So if you hear a bang in the background, I apologize for my 10-year-old tuxedo cat's behavior.
We'll post it on the Instagram.
Oh yeah, I just got a great video of you.
Just looking at him.
Yes.
Okay. So you guys want to go get food? Are you
Yes.
going to head to the tavern? What is the consensus? Okay.
Yeah, tavern.
Beer and food.
Uh,
Food and beer.
Okay, so 2 votes tavern. Is that everybody else's consensus?
Well, we're not going to Draklavar. That's too far.
All right, Sassy. All right, let's just making sure
Like
everybody on the
that's,
group is on the same
Oh,
page.
okay.
And on the way to the tavern, Verity would like to mention, since we are a little bit closer to Rivermire, we can stop by the library at some point before
Okay.
meeting Amar later on. They
Yeah.
might have better maps and all for you to look at for like the Nocte Mountains or Bog Marsh.
We might need him now since.
do you, Verity, do you know
wear
this?
wigs?
Do you wear?
It's not fucking canon.
Sorry.
Do you
really
wear?
All right. Sorry. I
Yeah,
got
you-
off track.
yeah,
That
you
was
did
bad.
that.
That was my bad. That's my bad.
So you grew up here, right? Around here?
Yeah.
Do you by chance or anyone in your family know of any cartographers that may be around this town or have been around this town? Because, I mean, we could go to the library, but, like, it's really just kind of a reference for, like, you know.
Old stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking.
You're scrolling your lore document.
give me a history check. Yeah.
Please save me.
Fuck.
That would be. Where's my history? I should know. It's a +3.
It's in
right?
alphabetical order.
Sheesh.
I
8.
believe this.
It's an 8.
So it's an 8. Not to your recollection, as far as if there is one in the village of Beville, and especially given the fact that you like grew up here, the DC will be definitely pretty low. So you would know, right? There isn't one to your knowledge. One could have shown up or visited, but there isn't really like anything like a cartographer or a map maker's like business or like kind of artisan shop here.
Yeah, I don't think there is any.
The library is an excellent place to start.
Oh, another library.
Do you
Yeah,
have a
and I
problem with
heard-
libraries, Dawn?
Can you even read?
Oh my god.
I mean, she was reading at the
Shots
library the
freaking
other
See?
day.
fired.
Feed me and I'll be nice again.
Well, let's go get some food, gang.
All right.
DM is losing it.
Deadass.
That was so funny.
To-
All right.
Can I just say that when we went to the library previously, I asked myself that same question. I'm sure she
That
can,
tracks. That
That's my
tracks.
little Draco Malfoy
but she
quote.
did enjoy pictures more than anything else.
She has like the reading level of like a 6th grader.
Do you like the picture books with the fabrics? Like the animals have little fake fur and
Oh
Anyway,
my-
so you head to the tavern.
Let me just punch this horse while he's down. Jeez.
You guys walk through the rest of the town, kind of making your way back towards the Glistening Grotto Tavern. And you come back in. You see that Olga is not there. She does have to sleep at some point, guys.
True.
The cook that you guys saw the night before is kind of like wanting, or the bar attendant you saw there that night was going around, and
Didn't he have roller skates or something?
that was your mental image
Interpretation?
of everything.
Yeah.
He was an acrobat,
Acrobat,
so
yeah.
he was jumping around.
Not rolling around.
He had roller skates in my mind.
It's a fucking 50s diner
Karen,
restaurant.
the halfling acrobat, is
They're like wooden wheels that he just like tied on with leather to his shoes.
I'd like to think that is Dawn's interpretation of what an acrobat is. But anyway,
Actually, no, stand corrected because my acrobatics is +3.
that does not affect your intelligence.
Yeah.
But like I know what acrobatics is because I'm good at it.
Acrobatics could
you
be
can be
athletics.
good at something and not
could
know what it
be-
is.
you were
Oh,
also
just kidding.
drunk.
Yeah, he was like just floated around so much. I was like, he's on wheels. That's amazing.
Hey Verity,
Is he
how's your
flying?
mom?
Yeah, I was about to
Where's his
ask.
wings?
She's not doing good, but she's alive.
Is that what you were hoping for? I'm trying to not to say, like, yes, like, good, I'm happy for you that she is alive, or are we not happy that she's not doing well?
She's alive. She's in a lot of pain. And it's gotten to the point where I just,
Do you know what she has?
no.
Does anyone know
Wait.
what she has?
No, we've tried going to various different healers, clerics. No one knows what's wrong with her.
And Ira cuts a look to Eliana.
Yeah, I could try looking at her, see what, maybe if I could help.
If you'd be open to it, of course.
I mean, yeah. I mean, go for it. We've
Okay.
tried everything else.
Yeah.
And this is very much Jack starting to be serious and like not make a joke. But it's gonna come off that way, so I'm just gonna preface that now. He says, like, are you a doctor?
I mean, to some extent, I am a sort of alternative medicine.
Okay.
So you're like a witch doctor.
One of those homeopathic.
Hey, her ginger tea has
Yes.
done wonders for my headache, bro. It's worth her taking a
Our,
look.
our
What's
family
gonna help
has
mine?
our family has spent generations learning about, medicinal herbs, so it might come in handy.
Yeah. No, okay. All right.
Our family,
Fair enough.
my family back home, we actually have a farm too, so we grow up all different kinds of things.
And if Verity's open to it, dear, I'm not sure that it's really your place to poke holes.
Oh, look, I was asking a legitimate question. I was not trying to be
Snarky.
snarky.
Well, you delivered that way, so.
That's just how I talk.
Fair enough.
I could tell you were being sincere, Jax. It's okay.
Who wants
We all believe things differently.
who wants food? Because I'm famished.
Me
I'm
too,
starving.
bro.
You guys are okay. So you come in and you are like you can. It's kind of like free seating at this point. It's very much slower in the mornings. As far as the tavern, a lot of people have gone off to like work and things like that in this small kind of coastal village. But the Perrin comes over and says, "Hey, welcome this morning. What can I get for you guys? What do you need?
What's the closest thing you have to pancakes?
I can get you pancakes.
Pancakes, bacon, eggs, juice, coffee,
Hash browns.
hash browns, and fresh fruit. And that's just for me.
Okay, so the large one special. All right, what do you?
2 large one specials and add some beer. Thank you.
All right, so 2 helpings for this one helping for you.
I'll get some bacon and eggs and maybe some hash browns, please.
All right, well, half platter for you.
I ate at home, Perrin.
Okay, and what about you?
I'll have an apple cinnamon oatmeal with an orange juice.
And some chicken wings. No, all right, you got that.
What does that mean?
He's making fun of his wings.
Oh my god!
Why?
Right?
Lukiel just
Dawn
doesn't
got
even
that.
realize that he
has
that,
wings.
what that meant, but he makes that connection once he's
Like left.
Yeah.
oh okay.
It's like, what is that
I
supposed
see.
to mean?
Eliana, he was making a.
You don't wanna know.
He's making a jab at my.
Yeah, it wasn't very nice.
It's fine. Trust me.
He means well.
Yeah, it's not really a big thing.
Okay.
So
He's nicer than I am.
Why don't you leave me alone? Hey, all right, I'll get you guys your food. I'm gonna.
Eliana is pissed. That's a hair over the edge.
Lukiel has a turn of demeanor, and he goes, "Do you practice this at home in your mirror, looking at yourself? Do you say these things just like?"
Some people are just witty, Lukiel.
Dawn takes her
Takes
fork
one
and
down.
Maybe I
one.
do, maybe I don't. Hey, it's what works for you works for other people. You know.
I don't think I'm going to leave you a very good review.
Well, it's a good thing we ain't got no pen and paper around here.
Dawn uses her fork and knife and goes, encore, 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 encore.
Verity's gonna try to calm the table. Y'all, it's Perrin means well. He's a really good.
I like him.
I think he's a little racist.
I think it's fucking hilarious.
No, it's Eliana. Let's not throw
Eliana's so
those
heated.
words
Does she
around
turning
here.
red?
Let's not throw those words around here.
Maybe
Okay.
you shouldn't be making comments about people with wings and leaves.
Give him, do one to me.
Perrin.
I want one.
Why don't you move over?
Because you're a fucking cow.
He goes off into the kitchen.
Gee willikers.
He says to himself as he enters the kitchen, he's like, "Oh, it's rowdier than the circus I used to come from." And you're like,
That's such
Wait
an
a
eccentric
minute.
waiter.
Don't say that.
I like him. Allie likes
He came
him.
from a circus.
Eliana does not.
Dawn loves him.
all right. So
Fucking damn.
you're sitting there at the table waiting for your food.
Why don't you? And Ira's like, why don't you move over?
I can see Ira just taking it to all of the levels. I'm like, you're not funny. Stop. You're trying to push me out of my chair. I'm like, get away from
And
me.
then shove Ira out of her chair and she falls.
Yeah, it's a difference in strength. You
She just
shove-
lands on it and she's like, boo.
So you guys are gonna be left to talk for a few minutes as you wait for your food.
I have a stitch.
Jackson's like, I didn't even get to order.
Well, I hate to say it, but you'll probably have to wait until he comes back around, and he might bust out a joke on you too. So
Fingers crossed.
the fact that you didn't order the first time he was here, so just be prepared.
It was just a lot.
I know.
Or maybe Dawn can give you one of her servings.
That's true. That's
She
true.
ordered
She
two.
did get a lot of food.
She'll have to
Not me
move
to-
it over to your seat.
Maybe I'll graze on her plate.
Oh gosh, I'm gonna have to ask for more.
Oh my god.
You are left to your own devices for a few minutes.
I'm dying when he said ask for more.
gosh.
Oh my god.
Verity's just like, I work here, guys.
She's like, don't embarrass me.
I asked you last night not to embarrass me.
Well, it's too late for that.
Good thing we didn't start this one.
You want to start making jokes about you?
Verity immediately goes back to the conversation she had with Amar last night and just goes, no.
Oh, like reflecting on it.
We haven't laughed like that in a long
Dude,
time.
we're
guys.
all out of breath.
Haven't done that in a long time, y'all.
This NPC is a hit. Heard.
Heard. Heard.
Oh my god. Sheesh. Herd. Get it, like herding cattle and moving. Okay.
West side hurts so
Oh
bad.
my god.
All right.
We gotta move on, guys. We gotta move on.
All right. We need to real fence this in. All right. Let's go. Okay. All right. So, back to the task at hand.
So your mom's okay.
Yeah.
Well, no, she's not okay.
She's not okay.
But
She's
you want Eliana
alive?
to take a look.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Do you have any other family?
It's been my mom's sister and I for a while.
Your mom and sister.
Yeah, that's what you said.
my mother, my younger sister,
Okay.
Okay.
and me.
How old's your younger sister?
18.
How old are you?
Is that young for tieflings? I don't know. I'm like 120, so I don't know.
Sorry, is that rude to ask?
I mean, it's like a
Is she
equivalent-
grown?
Yeah, she's an adult.
Oh,
She's
okay.
grown.
We just live a little bit longer than humans.
Okay. I don't know. I've only really ever known like one tiefling before. Now, the second one doesn't count. She's crazy.
Interesting.
Heard.
Okay.
Was there any other reason, like anyone else you wanted to check on while we were here? Or is it just family?
I mean, it was just family. I figured we could also, again, check out the library, maybe, if you wanted to.
Yeah, I hope you have more planned for us because
Well,
I
I
don't
said
know if
it
we're
was-
getting on a boat tomorrow.
We're gonna go to the library, and then go by her mom,
Yeah. I just mean,
and
You
then
know.
I might branch off
Because you need to go back to the dogs, right?
to the dock because I don't really think I have it in me to see a very ill person and not completely cry. So
oh.
I don't want to add that stress to you.
So I'd rather go see a dead person.
And she looks at Verity.
Gee, thanks.
No, it's not a pity thing.
She said, I'd rather go, I don't want to go see somebody who's sick. I'm like,
Oh,
yeah, okay, so go
right.
see a dead body instead. Yeah, that makes sense.
I thought you were talking about my mother being
No,
like a
no,
dead
no,
body. I was
no.
like, whoa.
No, you said she was still alive.
She's going to go to the
Yeah.
dogs and literally go look at a dead person.
Yeah, it's like a brain thing. I don't really. It's hard for my brain to handle.
Okay, you meant the person
Yeah,
who died at the dock. Okay,
yeah, the one
that's-
that can't be saved is
Gotcha.
the one I would like to go see.
Okay.
Gotcha. All right, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Above table, you are playing this off so well.
Yeah.
Like, you have no smidge of guilt. It is amazing.
I mean, I've been doing this for like.
She's been murdering people for a long time. Can you just check to make sure that our ship is going to like actually take off?
That's part of the plan, yeah.
Good.
Above table, did they say who was murdered on our ship?
They
no,
did not.
They just said one
Okay.
of the
No,
crew
cool.
members.
They did
yeah.
not say who was murdered.
Okay.
As part of what Ira wants to figure out.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and going back to what you were talking about, Dawn, I didn't like the plan was to be in and out. Like I wasn't planning on having it stay for too terribly long.
Yeah, no, we're all planning on that, but there's been a murder. So I'm just asking to see if there's anything else interesting in this town in case we have to stay longer.
Maybe
And I
if
kind of
you-
have to investigate that just to make sure it's not part of a bigger thing.
Yeah, I mean, there's also different stores and all here too.
Do you have a nose here?
A what?
A
who?
nose? Maybe you have like an outlet version.
I have no idea what that
It's
is.
a clothier.
Are you still saying words
we
we're
have a-
supposed to understand?
They
We're-
sell
we're not-
clothes.
That's what I thought you said, but it also sounded like clothier. And I was like, oh, is that
Yeah, like
another?
a clothier. Like they sell clothes.
And I would think Jax has a place to say this, given he looks at Eliana, Dawn, Verity, Lukiel. She's a city girl.
Oh, this one.
Yeah, about Ira.
Yeah, we don't have a whole lot here. It's just all the stuff that we need.
We could go to the vampire village. That sounds interesting. Not right now. I'm just saying in case
Bad idea.
we're here for forever.
But we can talk to Amar next time he's in town. I'm not going to a vampire village.
Why?
Because they
I would think Eliana would also be disagree with that.
Do you?
Do you know that vampires are undead?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I had a problem with Akira at first.
Yeah. That's true. So you came around.
I'm I'm iffy on it.
Are we not allowed to go?
One at a time is fine, but like,
I've never been.
Oh. Then I definitely don't want to go.
You know,
You dated him.
You know, there's a lot of with my faith, I was kind of trained in like a black and white way that like undead are like really bad. But then we met this vampire in Port of Mar,
my hometown.
Woot. So I don't quite know how to feel about everything.
I mean, that's okay.
But I am proud of you for continuing to learn how to live in the gray.
It's really hard when like my whole village was kind of attacked by undead. So
It does not sound fun. Not only that, but Verity,
Yes.
you dated him for how long, and you never went to his town?
Like, I dated him for a couple years, and then...
Did you ever meet his family?
Give me a history check. See, it's because you didn't. You were like, oh.
I was trying to be cool and not look at my dice when I did it. That's a 7.
Again, it's a lower DC because you've grown up and lived here. People don't go to Draclavor. It's a very much like an agreement that that they will stay there and we stay here kind of situation. Because otherwise, it would probably be bad.
Bummer.
I feel like we would have to be invited, if anything.
So like the opposite.
Like, we cannot go there. We cannot go there.
Okay.
They stay there. We stay here. Everybody happy.
So what you're saying is that non-vampires have to be invited to the vampire place.
I'm just assuming. Like, there
Well,
is
if you never got an invite, then.
And Perrin comes back and like starts like kind of like sliding the like plates across the table to different people. And he says, all right, there's your food. You guys need anything else?
Where are your roller skates?
Don, he never had... What?
Oh,
He never had roller skates.
that's awkward.
Lucio.
All right.
Lucio.
Like, hands up.
Lucio points over at Jackson. He just goes, I don't think he ever ordered any food.
Oh yeah. Well, what do you want? Yeah. And Jack says, no, I'll just have a little bit of what she's like. When he points to like Ira's like plate of food, and he's gonna have a little bit of that.
And Ira's eating like a cartoon character, and just like.
And he's like, all right, I'll
Going
get you. I'll get you a half platter, and maybe cheer up a little bit. You look a little gray. And he.
There's only 2 of us left.
That haven't been grilled.
Yes.
Yeah.
But Verity is a coworker, so...
It's like
probably
Dick's last resort. It kind of like gives you like a little bit of
Yeah.
razzing.
Yeah.
as you-
Ira's the only one that hasn't been touched yet.
Crossed.
So yeah, so he goes away and gets to go to get more food and stuff.
So no to the vampire village. Great.
Yeah, no. I mean, you can ask him now that he's like president or whatever, but
He's a head of state.
head of state, president, Amber, what?
Was there an
whatever.
election?
I don't
Probably
know.
not. If he inherited
Well,
the role,
it's-
there probably was not an election, so that would not make him a president.
Maybe he's like a vice president.
Anyways,
All I know is that they said that his like father passed away, and then he got it, like inherited that way.
How does an undead pass away?
Yeah.
Probably the same way
Aren't
that
they
we
like immortal?
Very carefully.
ended the undead in the forest.
So he was
About to fall.
murdered? God, there's a lot of murder today.
I mean, he didn't. Ma didn't say he was murdered.
Aren't vampires supposed to be immortal?
Apparently, they all have their time with death. Apparently, or
Okay.
he said something along those lines.
I really only know like the folk tales I've heard from my friend Verity, so I don't know much about that.
Honestly, I pay like half attention to what he says.
I mean, he is
Dang,
pretty.
maybe that's why you broke up.
Is that why? Just because he's
We
pretty?
broke up because my mother got sick and I needed to take care of her.
Is that it? That does not seem like the only reason. Not after last night.
We've been listen.
Oh.
I'm listening.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy. She's
That
unpacking.
was the original like reason, and then just every now and then we would see each other.
Okay.
Following the last 3 years, give or
Oh.
take.
Okay.
Oh, so this has been like an ongoing casual.
So not.
So it's, but
Yeah.
why is it off now?
Yeah, things seem tense.
There's a lot of layers to this
Kind of
one.
like camping.
Wow.
Intense.
All right.
Leave the jokes
Yeah.
to Perrin.
Just experiences change people,
Fair enough.
and there's more important things than whatever that is.
Yeah, your level of hatred does not. That's not what you're sharing right now.
Hatred.
You told him. You asked him how his hemorrhoids were doing.
That was pretty aggressive.
That's not on the level of. Oh, we're on and off again.
You say that to someone that's cheated on you.
Yeah.
It could have been endearing.
Here, let's try it, Lukiel. How are your hemorrhoids doing?
Well,
Do you feel endeared?
It's not about what's being asked. It's about the
The
The way it was asked? Okay, then let me try it again. Hey, Lukiel, how are those hemorrhoids doing for ya?
That is kind of how she said it.
I did not sound like that.
That is
did.
exactly what you
You
sounded
did.
like.
You kind of did, yeah. You kind of
Yeah.
did.
I looked at everybody and was like, wow, she's kind of a bitch right now.
Wow.
Which was
okay.
not a bad
Well,
thing.
Then you made fun of him too, so.
I did. I'll own that. I did make fun of him.
Really. What'd you say?
I don't remember.
Probably something about
I
the
would have loved to.
hemorrhoids.
I would have loved to hear it.
17 on a con save. Am I feeling better? Starting to get there.
Yeah. I
Okay.
feel like the
After
amount
the
of food
food.
and
Okay.
Perrin had already came back and given Jax his food and stuff like that.
I guess my like emotional reference to what is usual as endearing may be a bit skewed.
That sounds like we give you trauma.
Well, I mean, it's just
Roman's gone. Who else is going to do it? We have to.
from
We do.
there's
Roman was kind of a little scary sometimes.
Roman was awesome.
He scared me a
Let's
little.
be real. We all can be a little scary sometimes.
Yeah.
Did I tell you guys that I had a dream about Roman last night? That he came back and I started crying and I gave him a hug. And then he didn't return the hug. But he just stood there and just took the hug anyway, which to me was the same as him taking a hug.
very Roman-esque.
I know.
Yeah.
So he would definitely. Wow, that's.
His eyes were locked on Jax though, because he's my boyfriend's boyfriend.
I
So
wonder how he's doing.
Oh,
I
I
hope
don't know.
he's okay.
Can we send him something?
Me and Jax have been writing him letters.
No.
Haven't heard back, but
yeah.
he's probably dealing with
He's
stuff.
probably dead.
Mm.
He has a wife.
He does.
Hmm.
He does. I hope he's alive.
Wonder what she's like.
Why did he leave again?
Having to deal with his
His evil brother-in-law.
brother.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, did we know that it's
Family
his brother?
drama.
Yeah, we did.
Okay. DM is shaking his head.
No. He never once
I don't
told you
know.
what happened when he was captured.
So he
But
just
none of you know any of this.
he just left. He was like,
He just
He's
left.
out.
When you
Damn! The cave.
That's some betrayal.
Not
Yeah,
the shark in. Yeah.
Right. If I'm remembering
was captured.
correctly,
I don't remember.
you guys went to Portamar. Nobody really asked him what happened.
Well, whenever we got there and we were doing the retcon mission, and he was captured, and we were listening in, Lexworth came in, and they had an exchange. And
Oh yeah, we scried on him.
yeah,
I forgot about that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right.
Yeah.
that was like the only information that we got.
I stand
Well,
corrected.
let's not diverge too much from the case in which Verity is still has
correct.
Unrequited feelings for a vampire. That's
Yeah, she's
Is
still
that
like
why you were
doesn't quite have closure.
No.
the more you deny it, the more it just confirms our
I mean, it is.
Yeah.
suspicion.
You know, she's red, but she's getting a little extra red.
I agree.
Thanks,
Gotcha.
Jax. I appreciate
Get a
it.
little brighter.
It's like so red that the red that she would be is like almost like a purple. I feel like.
Yeah.
So, we don't have to talk about
We
it.
don't, but also we know what happened. So
And what happened?
Dawn, I don't think we do know
Lovers'
what
coil.
happened.
Yeah, just like Luke
I
Heel
think me
said.
and Dawn know what happened. I think
How
are
do you
the
guys
only one.
know what happened?
Well, just like Luke
Well.
Heel said, don't assume. It makes out of you and me.
Eliana.
Makes a what?
I can't say that word.
You can say that word. I want you. I want to hear you say it,
I don't
Eliana.
want to say
You're
it.
grown. You're a whole woman.
You're grown.
a grown
So what do you
woman.
what do you and Dawn know that we don't? What do you mean?
Things were spicy and now they're not.
Or he cheated.
Well, that's kind of what I was gathering too.
Yeah, there was some tension there when they interacted.
Don't
We're
tell us
making
anything
it more
we want to.
uncomfortable, guys.
It's hard to cheat on someone when you're not together. Just saying.
I mean, she
So
didn't
you
know what was
wanted
going
to-
on with his bottom.
You don't
I
just know
told-
that about your friends.
I told y'all last night I was lying about that so I would hurt his ego. All right.
His ego didn't seem very hurt. It seemed like
No, because I bully him a lot.
But why would we want to do that if you said
So
that we
you-
have to be like serious around him because he's got a higher role or ranking in the
Well,
Ex-girlfriends don't count for that.
Well, last night was the first time I ever heard that he was even part of this lineage.
So it was after you insulted him, basically.
Yeah, how do you feel now? Is foot in mouth?
Oh wow, that's
or a whole leg.
I regret nothing.
Or
Yeah,
egg,
you
egg on
don't.
face.
I regret nothing.
As you shouldn't.
fair enough.
Well, now that we've eaten.
Grilling Verity aside, or what are we doing? Are we we're sitting here with this
I need to
empty
go back to the
plates
dock.
and-
Yeah, I think we're ready to cash out. So
I'm good to head back to Verity's. We're check on her mom.
we're not
if that's
gonna
okay.
pay for breakfast.
Well,
Parent, how
yeah,
much is
just
this
a
going to cost?
I'll give you the employee discount. It's half off for you peoples.
Okay.
Wow,
Just
that's
just don't tell Olga. She'll probably fucking kick me in the ass.
She'll kick my ass before she kicks yours.
No, I mean literally, she'll kick me in the ass.
Maybe
Oh
that's
my
where
God.
the hemorrhoids keep coming from.
This is giving like
What the-
Mickey from Shameless.
So you
What's the damage?
The damage will be 5 gold for everything.
Total.
Yeah, total. Yeah,
So
it's like a gold a piece essentially.
A gold
So
piece.
expensive.
wait, you did Verity? Did you get
No.
I ate at home.
true eating at home?
All right,
Yeah.
3
Saves
gold.
money.
I'll say 3 gold.
Yeah.
3 gold. So 1 gold per person, or whoever wants to cover each other.
Sorry, I
I'm
just
doing
had
a
to
gold.
give you guys a little kiss.
It's kind of startling.
I'm stimming. I'm
Um,
sorry.
So
Well, it would
who-
technically be 4 gold, wouldn't it? Or no, because Jack's 8.
It's half off.
One, two-
There is 5 of us.
I just removed 1 gold. Just you do whatever.
Yeah,
I
guys.
we're
also
good.
It's fine.
removed a gold, and so is Ira.
Hey, if you're saving
Okay,
money,
it's
don't
covered.
question it.
fair enough.
So,
So-
All right, guys, thanks.
So this is Jax again. So there's library, Verity's, docks.
Mm.
What are we doing?
Probably, I would assume the library.
So
Where we're headed
some people are
next?
going to the library. Some people are.
I'm gonna go to the dock.
She's going to the docks.
Oh.
Ira, can I come with you to the docks?
Sure.
I thought you guys were going to the library.
I thought you knew. That
okay.
was the whole reason.
Hold on.
Holding.
We'll go to the docks. You go to Verity's.
Okay.
When you're done, we'll meet you at the library.
Nice.
What are we
Okay.
supposed
Now.
to do?
Whatever the hell you want to do.
Wherever
Now,
you guys want
Verity,
to go.
Yes.
Where is the library?
Okay.
The library is somewhere in the city. I don't
direction.
She's like, it's
Verity
over
gives
there.
you directions through the
Okay.
where to go in the village.
Great.
If
Thanks.
cardinal direction, can you like?
You take a turn path
Tweet,
down
tweet.
that way, then
Yeah,
you go
so-
down that dark alley. You'll see a bunch of pink flowers here, and that's when you know you've gone too far.
So yeah, Lukiel and Jax, wherever you guys want to go, you can come with either of our groups, or you can go
Oh
your own
yeah,
way.
we'll just hang out. You know.
You can hang out.
Where do you want to go?
Shoot. I mean, I don't really know.
I mean, there's
We're not like from. I don't know where to go.
Crime scene or
It
dying
sounds like
lady?
crime scene or sickness. You
I mean, you could also
do
just
you want to
hang
get
out in
down
the
with the
library.
sickness, or do you want to go to the docks?
Do you want to see a sick person or a dead person?
Or you honestly, you could do neither if you're not feeling up for it. You
I
can
mean-
just go to the library,
true, we
and
can
hang out.
Explore, I guess. I don't know.
there's the
Yeah.
market. There's an apothecary.
I'm not in charge of you guys. You guys have your own free will.
I hope so.
There's a smithy.
Ooh.
What?
Don't tell him that. Don't tell him that. Don't tell him that.
They make weapons.
There's like a crafters guild. Like, there's a lot to do. We're small, but there is a lot to
So we
do.
can meander over to the. You said a smithy? Wouldn't it just be
Yeah.
a smith?
It's,
They call them smithies, like a
Smithy?
blacksmith,
Yeah.
like smithy. Yeah.
Like with like two E's, like smithy?
Nope, with a Y.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I mean, Jax, if you're down for that, or I mean, I don't really know what you'd prefer to do. I'm down for whatever. So,
They probably have a lot of good local stuff here. Small towns tend to have a lot of good local creators.
we'll think for what we want to do.
Yeah.
We'll think about it. Okay.
Boys' Day.
All right, so you guys leave the tavern, and you guys have split up into the different pairings of two to kind of go out through different places.
I have an idea. Jax, I think it'd be cool if would they have brass knuckles? Would those be a
Whoa.
thing that you could like get?
Ooh.
I mean,
Go to the smithy and see if they can smith up some brass knuckles.
We can ask, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dawn hears this and like starts to turn around.
Because for your like the way that you fight,
Yeah.
it's very you.
Well, it's like magic is.
It's
like
very
it's
punchy.
infused in it. I don't.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the way D&D works, you can get cool equipment, but it's not going to add much if you already got powers. I wish it worked like
If
that.
it's stacked, it would be.
That'd
Cool.
be fucking crazy.
I guess we could see. We could see if they have anything. I don't know. We can
Homebrewy?
always ask.
Pick me up some of those. She's like walking out the door with Ira
Give me a bear.
as she hears it. She's like,
And Jack's
if
like, you
see
snooze,
anything-
you lose.
Damn.
So you guys all venture off into the town of Beville to engage in various different things. Yes. Which we will pick up on next time. Thank you so much for hanging out with us in this crazy D&D world, and we love it. Check us out next time, the next episode of Off the Beaten Quest. Thank you so much, and we'll see you in the next episode.
bye.
Bye.